The spotlight shining bright on sustainability here in Singapore, with a major conference turning the attention on the role of governments. Day 2 of Ecosperity Week saw discussions on the part that they play in making net zero cities a reality. Singapore's National Development Minister says every level of authority must be aligned. He says otherwise the talk will not end and the action will not begin. Rebecca Mateo with this report.
To effectively tackle climate change, leaders need to be realists and quiet optimists. There's a key message from Singapore's National Development Minister Desmond Lee to decision makers here at Ecosperity Week. And the urgency to take action requires learning by doing.
We must take action today. Tackling climate change is an exercise in learning by doing. We may not have all the answers, nor all the solutions, but we have the collective wisdom of all our stakeholders who are willing to experiment with the best knowledge that's available.
Mr. Lee spoke of the need for decision makers to consider all aspects of urban planning. And this includes energy production, transport system and building designs. He says that for Singapore, it means green energy sources like solar panels on HDB rooftops and buildings, and greener developments like its planned Jurong Lake district that will see low energy buildings and fewer vehicle traffic. But the minister says building climate resilient cities is also important, especially for a low-lying island like Singapore, where protecting coastlines and being flood resilient are imperative. Later in a fireside chat, Mr. Lee stressed that going green must also take into account blue spaces like the sea.
Water bodies, our oceans, are also a major part of the equation. They have the potential to sequester so much carbon. On the other hand, if you exploit them relentlessly, they will be emitters. They are a tremendous supply of food for the world. A lot of solutions can be found by harnessing the energy of the high seas and the oceans, if we do so sensitively and carefully.
The minister also emphasized that making a green future a reality requires a collective effort from all of society. And the Singapore Green Plan 2030 does that by bringing together government, businesses and people to work together and make difficult changes to their way of life.
Through the Green Plan, you see that every aspect of our lives, our infrastructure, our transport, our industry, the way we work, the way we live, transformation will happen in every aspect of this.
He adds that as a global challenge, the climate fight transcends national boundaries and requires trust and the collective action of a large number of stakeholders across many disciplines.